हमारे इर्द गिर्द बहुत से ऐसे लोग हैं who can see beyond the obvious. उनके लिए रियलिटी insufficient, lame और boring होती है. And then the word of uncanny comes into play. Reality which refuses to be domesticated by language. एक ऐसी reality जो time और space की constraint से बालातर है. अगर हम literature की बात करें तो it talks to its readers in two ways. If it's a story based on reality, so it reinforces the things that you believe in, the assumptions that you follow. And if it's a fantasy or a fiction, then it boosts your imaginative capacity. But with magical realism, it does something oddly satisfying with the supernatural elements. It intoxicates them with hypersensitivity and delves you deeper into philosophical vertigo. और एक ऐसी reality create करता है where you question the certain elements. Welcome to the world of magical realism, where magic and real coexist without any explanation. Hi, I'm Shazeen Said, and today we are gonna explore the fascinating world of magical realism, where the supernatural and extraordinary elements exist into reality without raising any questions. Before going into the stories, let me tell you some of the characteristic features of magical realism. ताकि नेक्स्ट टाइम जब आप कभी कोई लिटरेचर का पीस पढ़ें विच माइट बी मैजिकल रियलिज्म तो यू विल बी एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई कि इज इट मैजिकल रियलिज्म, इज इट फैंटेसी और इज इट फिक्शन. सबसे पहले मैजिकल रियलिज्म में सुपरनेचुरल एलिमेंट्स एग्जिस्ट करते हैं जैसे गोस्ट्स और स्पिरिट्स एंड दे आर कंसीडर्ड टोटली नॉर्मल इन द रियल वर्ल्ड. सेकेंडली, folklore, mythology, memories and dreams are equally important. Thirdly, magical realism is mostly a commentary on the social and political problems. It could be on colonialism, war, injustices in the society, authoritarian rule, or patriarchy, or it could be on militarism. And lastly, the line between reality and imagination is so porous that it becomes almost impossible to distinguish between what is real and what is imaginary. इसकी further stories discuss करने से पहले let's talk a bit about its background. Magical realism पढ़ने से पहले मेरा ख्याल था कि it emanated somewhere from Colombia or Latin America, and most of the people associated with Latin American literature, लेकिन its roots lie in German art criticism. The term magical realism was first coined by Franz Roh in 1925. But it was Latin American writers who transformed it into powerful literary form. और इसके कुछ important writers हैं Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Isabel Allende, Haruki Murakami and Borges. पहले बात करते हैं मार्केज की. क्या आपने कभी सोचा है कि वो लोग जो इस दुनिया से चले जाते हैं they might be living right here with us and there is a boundary that divides us and we are not able to see them. What if they could see us, feel us and they might be living right here? ये सब सुनने में अजीब लग रहा है, राइट? क्योंकि हमने हमेशा से सुना है कि वो लोग जो इस दुनिया से चले जाते हैं they either go to hell or heaven. But what if their souls are trapped right here in this world? What if they are living in this very world? They coexist with us and just there's a divide and we're not able to see them. This was the very question that Marquez raised in his short story. साइंस ने प्रूव किया है कि ह्यूमन आई एक सर्टेन वेवलेंथ के बाद नहीं देख सकती, इंसानी कान एक सर्टेन फ्रीक्वेंसी के बाद नहीं सुन सकता. तो हाउ कैन वी बिलीव और सेंसेस व्हिच आर सो लिमिटेड टू एक्सप्लेन द वंडर्स एंड द ब्यूटी ऑफ दिस एंटायर यूनिवर्स? नॉट माई अंडरस्टैंडिंग प्रिस्क्राइब्स नेचर इट्स लॉज. मार्केज हमें फोर्स करता है कि हम लाइफ और डेथ के ऑर्डिनरी नोशन से बढ़कर सोचें. We always think of death in a very negative way. We think that it separates. But what if it's not the end? What if it's a beginning towards something beautiful, towards something sacred? What if it's a way towards a new journey, towards a new experience? हमें अक्सर ऐसा लगता है कि death creates departure, and we often tend to forget those who have departed. But magical realism presents a very different case. Maybe the realm of the living and the realm of the dead is an overlapping phenomena. In this world of mechanics, लोग सिर्फ अपने बारे में सोचते हैं, लेकिन magical realism allows you to think on behalf of those which have been forgotten. अगर the spirits of the dead are living right with us, तो क्या आपने कभी सोचा है कि वो लोग क्या सोचते हैं, हाउ डू दे गो थ्रू देयर डे, वो क्या करते हैं। हमें लगता है कि मरने के बाद इंसान इस दुनिया से डिस्कनेक्ट हो जाता है, बट मार्केस प्रेजेंट्स अ वेरी डिफरेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू हियर। वो कहता है कि द डेड गेट डीपली कनेक्टेड टू दिस वर्ल्ड, their emotions get heightened, their ability to see and feel things enhances a lot. क्योंकि आमतौर पे हम उन माइन्यूट डिटेल्स को इग्नोर कर देते हैं and they do not matter a lot to us, but after you die the things change around us, and most of the times the only thing that you lose is the sense of connection and the sense of belonging. मार्केस की शॉर्ट स्टोरी someone has been disarranging those roses इसी नैरेटिव पे बेस्ड है. All the themes that we just discussed, they are narrated by a dead person in his story. You should read this. Secondly, we have one of the most prominent and remarkable writers in magical realism, Jorge Luis Borges. He was an Argentinian writer and he has written various magically real elements. He has written various short stories and pieces on magical realism. But do you know what's the unsettling part here? Borges was blind. He had a genetic condition which made him completely blind. But the ironical part is, even without his eyesight, he could see beyond the ordinary. His stories were deeply obsessed with deeper infrastructures and patterns that lie beneath this mundane reality. He could see those things which an ordinary eye would easily neglect. Borges का magical real element is different from Marquez. मार्केज मैजिकल रियलिज्म को एक बहुत वार्म और फैंटास्टिकल वे में प्रेजेंट करता है, जबकि बोर्जेस इज ऑब्सेस्ड विद पैटर्न्स एंड ही एनालाइजेस ह्यूमन माइंड लाइक अ लेबोरेटरी एंड कीप्स ऑन टेस्टिंग द लिमिटेशंस एंड द अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ how human beings perceive various things, what is meaning to them, what is reality, what is existence, and he explores all of these questions while exploring human mind. हम बोर्जेस की दो important short stories को discuss करेंगे. One is The Library of the Babel and the other is Fiona the Memorious. Library of the Babel में वो एक ऐसी library को present करता है which is highly intricate. It is huge, it's complex, it's deeply connected from everywhere, it has hexagonal shapes and it's compartmentalized, and this is Borges's way of constructing human mind. It is his architecture and it is his way of seeing how complex and intricate human mind looks like. Borges की library बहुत precise है. It has every knowledge in it, and the people inside that library, they have the untiring pursuit of finding meaning to their existence. It's a kind of library which has everything and nothing at the same point. अगर हम सोचें तो हमारी जिंदगी भी उस एक लाइब्रेरी का दूसरा नाम है. बोर्जेस की लाइब्रेरी में हर तरह का नॉलेज मौजूद है, दुनिया की हर किताब मौजूद है, एंड द रीडर्स इन दैट लाइब्रेरी दे ट्राई टू फाइंड मीनिंग बाय रीडिंग दोज बुक्स, एंड अ लॉट ऑफ देम दे डाई इन द क्वेस्ट ऑफ फाइंडिंग दैट मीनिंग. एंड दिस इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट हैपेंस इन द रियल लाइफ एज वेल. हमें से बहुत से लोग, वी आर ट्राइंग टू फिगर आउट व्हाट लाइफ मीन्स टू अस, what is our identity, what is our purpose, and a lot of us die without knowing all of this. Borges is testing the limits of human thinking through this story. He is trying to understand and he is trying to push the boundaries of the human mind to show the limitations of our senses and our ability. Borges अपनी दूसरी कहानी Fiona the Memorious में एक ऐसे शख्स को मुखातिब कराता है who has extraordinary memory. Fiona has a different way of seeing things. Whatever he sees, he remembers that. And he has a different pattern to remember those things as well. He used to live in the memories of the past. He used to live in the memories of everything that he has experienced. And that's why he wasn't ever able to create something new or to create a meaningful thought or to create something which could be purposeful for others. Because of the unimaginable number of memories, Funes could not even sleep properly. He needed absolute darkness to keep his mind sane. Darkness became his sanctuary. And despite his seemingly infinite memory and amazing mind, he died of pulmonary congestion, which reminds us of the inevitability of death. हम में से बहुत से लोगों की ख्वाहिश होती है कि हमारी एक अमेजिंग, बहुत अच्छी याददाश्त हो, अ वेरी शार्प वन. हम जो भी पढ़ें हमें फ़ौरन से याद हो जाए. ताकि हम एकेडमिकली कुछ अच्छा अचीव कर सकें, हमारे अच्छे ग्रेड्स आ सकें या अच्छा CGPA आए, एंड वी डिज़ायर दैट परफेक्शन. But Borges is trying to make us understand that such total perfection can lead to paralysis. He is trying to force this idea on us that how important forgetting is. भूल जाना कितना ज़रूरी है ज़िंदगी में आगे बढ़ने के लिए. We think of letting go and forgetting in a very negative way. But total consciousness can be indistinguishable from death. नीचे कहता है कि we are only free because we forget. हम बाज़ औक़ात भूल जाते हैं कि भूल जाना कितना ज़रूरी है. When you wake up every morning, you feel a bit lighter, you feel a little more enthusiastic, a little more passionate towards life because you have that ability to forget that traumatic experience, that painful past, or that heartbreak or that grief. You feel a lot more healed because you have that ability to forget. But Funes didn't have that ability. He hadn't gotten the mercy of forgetfulness. And this is what we need to understand. We constantly survive this world by lying to ourselves, by rounding off, or by summarizing. Because some things are supposed to die. Too complete or too much perfection leads to its own demise. And that's the message that Funes is trying to give to us. That having too much knowledge or too perfect memory is a burden, and how important forgetting and letting go is. So that's it for Marquez and Borges. I will talk about Murakami's Kafka on the Shore in detail in the next video. Bye, stay tuned.